This video just shows the dashboard, but we're going to show you how to add a product. Adding a new product is easily. Press on the product tab. Add new product. Press on add new product on the right hand side. And let's add a new product. Pick a name. We'll just use a test name for now. And then you can set the start date, which can be in the past if need be. If you've already started the product is already underway, and then you can set a finish date into the future. Select the region, and you can see there's a number of regions which we've already had added. And then select the work stream. We previously added all these work streams, and you can select all of them by doing select all, or you can select individual ones. We'll select all for the moment. Press create. And down at the bottom is our test product. So now we want to add the goals to this product. So let's go into the test product. That's it. Go to the edit button, or you can just press on it, and you'll see on the right hand side you can add a new goal. Again, we're going to use test data, so put whatever you want to put in, but you would associate your top line goal for your product in here. You add a description, more details about the goal, and you can assign the goal to a specific person in your team. Again, you can do the start date for this specific goal, but generally it's when the project is going to start, and the end date is just the same, but you can again go into the future. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. And select the status. Now we haven't started this yet, so we're going to press not started. And we're going to select a work stream that we want to assign this to. So as it's market launch, it would probably be market access or marketing. That's right. And then create. There's your first goal. If you want to add the strategies, press the plus button on the right hand side. Sorry, add objectives. So then you start adding your objective. The objectives ladder up to the goal. Some companies use different terminology, but for the moment we've used objective under the goal. Again, you can assign it to a different person or the same person, because even though you've got a specific goal, one specific objective may be assigned to a different person. Assign your start and end date. And it's likely, because this goal hasn't started yet, that the status would also be not started. Save. So you can see how they ladder up. The objective is under the goal. Now you want to add in your strategy. So on the objective, press the plus button to the add the strategy. And what strategy you're going to adopt. You can add a dependency which would be to the previous objective, or you don't have to add a dependency, it's up to you. And it's best to add a description just to make sure that it's very clear. Again, assigned to a person with a start and end date. The end date may be very soon, if you want to set up a specific project for this, just if you want to adopt this strategy very quickly. Again, it's not started yet because the whole goal hasn't started. So now you can see you have a goal with an objective, with a strategy, and now we're adding a tactic. So on the strategy tab, press add tactic, and you can add a specific tactic. Again, you can add a dependency or not, it's up to you. Add the description. Assign it to a specific person. And maybe a different person, start date and end date again. The reason you have to put these in separately is because they may be different for different tactics. You can also add files if you see at the bottom left, but we won't add something for the moment. So now we have a goal, objective, strategy and tactic. You can have numerous objectives under the goal. You can have numerous strategies under the objective, and you can have numerous tactics under the strategies. And we'll show you that in a minute. But for now, tactics, then we go to key activity. This is the nuts and bolts. What exactly are you going to do? This is the infinite detail that a lot of softwares don't include. Again, you can choose a dependency and add the description. Assign to whoever. Start and end date. Started. Right, let's add another goal. So go back up to the top and add another goal. That's a completely new goal. So goal 2. And for ease, we can put G2 the numbering so you can find it. Then add a different goal. Your description. Again, we can assign it to a totally different person if needs be. And this goal may actually have started already. Select status, so this one's actually started. And again, select a work stream. This is because it's a medical affairs work stream and it's already started. And create. So you can see you've got 2 goals. You can actually move the goals around if you want. If you go onto the left hand side and see the 4 squares, you can move the order of the goals if you wish to, or you can move it back again. You can see how it ladders all the way down. And it's as simple as that. You can add objectives obviously to the goals, but let's have a look at the Kanban chart. Look at the top. To show what projects are started, what projects are not started. And this is from the goals that we've already submitted. So goal 1 is not started, but goal 2 is. And then you can also run a Gantt chart. And this again shows where the projects are. with the started versus not started. It also shows interdependencies with the red arrows. And you can print this out, download this and print this out. You can also download this data as an Excel chart at the moment. By pressing on the download button, and it's going to show you how it downloads. Where's the Excel? Here's the information downloaded as a Gantt chart, ready so that you can use it in slides for senior management, etc. It just takes a little while sometimes to download because there's a lot of data in there. Let's go back now to the products. And let's look at the dashboard. We've added a few products here previously, so let's have a look at the dashboard. This dashboard is customizable, so you can add, where it says add feature, you can add a specific feature that you want to look at. So if you want to add my task specifically, or you want to look at the history, whichever you want to look at, you press on that feature, and then you can select the products you want to include. So you might only be working on 3 of the products, or you can have all of them. So for now we've selected all. And then you can select a specific status. So you can look easily at those products that are at risk or being delayed or at risk. And then you can also add in a specific count. So if you have a number of products, you can look at the top 10. And then add your title, specific title that you want to use. It will filter everything. And there you see at-risk products, all the products that are at risk or delayed. We've already set this up so you can see the 3 priority products, the key activities, any tasks that are already started, and the history. So you can see when somebody's logged in or not. Let's go back to products again now. And pick on that test product that we just put in. At any time you can add information. If you go along the front row, so say goal 2, go along that top row to the right, and you can add information. So you can add other objectives, but you can duplicate the thing, the goal, you can duplicate the goal, but let's press the back arrow, and you see where, go back down to the test product again, don't press on it yet, see the box on the right, the first box on the right, if you press on that, you can add any details, you can assign the product to somebody specifically, or you can add comments, you can add attachments if there is specific PowerPoint that needs to go with the project. You can set up the action plan, attach an action plan or attention needed. Anything that you need to add, you can at this point. You can even change the start and end date from here if you need to. So you can see that we've added a comment to the section, and that will stay in there. So you can assign somebody from here, and you can assign multiple people from here. So say if you wanted to assign multiple at the top, if you want to assign multiple people, you can add multiple people to the specific project, and they will show up. So you can see easily who's been assigned to the product. And then everything you need should be in this specific tab, but you can also add things as you're going through. So if you press come out of this now, go back into the product itself. So as you go into let's add a objective to goal 2. So we go in again to the plus arrow and goal 2. Add another objective. Then a start and end date. This is already started, so this is already in progress. And you can set start and end dates after the launch date, because sometimes activities need to go on beyond launch. Set the status, and then you can attach a file as you did before, but that's created it. We'll create another objective so that you can see how multiple objectives can be. No, adding a file. Let's create another objective from the goal, so we can show you how it looks. So this will be objective 3. Assign it to a particular person. This is already started, so and a finish date. This is a short project, and then create. And you can move objectives around again. So if you go to the 4 squares, you can move this positioning of the objectives if you wanted to. You can't move them from goal to goal. So you can't move them between goals, you can only move them within a goal. So it shows the utility that you can move things around if you need to. I don't know what happened there. It seems to have indented it. I have to stop recording a minute. So you can move the objectives within a goal, but you can't move them from goal to goal. Let's have a look at communication. Live communication, if you see the green status, then somebody is actually online and you can communicate with them via chat. So you just open up the box, write your message, and press send. And then if that person doesn't respond, you can actually send an email to them to tell them there's a message. You go up to the box under their name, send an email. It will notify that person that there is a message waiting for them, because you could be asking them to do a specific action. So now we've helped you set up a product. What about tracking and monitoring? We've sort of already shown you the Kanban chart and the Gantt chart. But yes, go into one of the products and you can pick up a specific product And then on the right hand side, you can choose which chart you want. Just pulling it up for you. Again, there's a lot of data in this one. As you can see, we've added a lot of tasks to this. So it's quite an interesting Gantt chart. But at least you can see where everything is, and you can more easily see if you go onto the Kanban chart. It depends which view you prefer. But you can see different stages by just taking your cursor over the elements as to who's responsible, what the start and end day, duration, etc. And you can see by the colour coding those things that are delayed or at risk. On here there's only one thing at risk with the orange banding. And let's go and view this in Kanban. It's exactly the same data, but it gives you a nice snapshot of where everything is. So if you wanted to specifically look at risk, you can easily see. Okay, so we've covered product, we've covered the dashboard, we've covered track and monitor and communication. In system management, it just shows your email, your work domain and your time zone. But if you also look up at the top, you can take a status snapshot. So it's got the time zone and the company name. It's got the picture in there. You can choose to add the picture. When you see the bell, so go into the bell, this shows all the activity that has been happening. Is there a history of what's actually been happening? So who logged in, who didn't log in, who's worked on something. And then what you do to clear that is just mark all as red. But you can clearly see as an administrator who's been working on specific projects. And then if you want to take a status snapshot, just pick the region from the top down menu. The product name, the work stream, and it will show you how many months there are to launch. So you can see very quickly. And see how it changes when you change to the different regions. So any region can use this. So we haven't put any data in this at the moment. I would use, there you go, 74 days, months to launch. And that's the product in detail.